The marking criteria for repeat sentence are based on three things. First, content. Second, most of the students are getting married next year. What I did is I forgot the words and I just replaced it. Let me show you the scoring. See? You still get 74, which is pretty good. Now what happens if you hear the sentence and forget the last few words? Here comes tip number 3. Similarly, we will cross them out. So for the second line, affordable is the option to go. And finally, it's time to check our score. I hope we will get full marks here because we tried using logic. But I made a video about PTE last week and so far I have been getting so many good feedbacks from you all. The video already reached 30k views on YouTube, which is a new milestone for me. And I've got heaps and heaps of comments on my YouTube channel and also on my Instagram for making another video to show strategies for the reading section. So in this video, I will give you strategies for how to score good marks in repeat sentence and also for some section of the reading part. I will also try to cover the fill in the blanks for the reading section, which contains the majority percentage of marks for the reading. Our strategy number 1 is for repeat sentence. The marking criteria for repeat sentence are based on three things. First, content. Second, fluency, and third, pronunciation. So it's very important for you to focus on fluency and pronunciation as they contain a higher percentage of marks compared to content. Even if you miss a few words from the sentence, don't panic. Just try being fluent and be clear. Just like my last video, I will show you some samples here as well, how to do it. Also make sure when the recording starts, just start speaking straight away. Don't wait, don't pause for anything because it's gonna deduct marks for fluency. Strategy number 2 is also for repeat sentence. You must avoid these 3 big mistakes. Number 1 is hesitation. Number 2, repetition. And number 3 is long pauses. Don't take long pauses while saying the sentence. Hesitation is like stammering or taking a lot of pauses, saying like, I have been, like this, you know? You shouldn't do this. You should be fluent, just finish the sentence. Doesn't matter what you remember or if you miss a word, just be fluent. Now I will give a repeat test exam and show you how hesitating and taking long pauses can make you lose marks, even if you're getting 100% in the content, which means even if you're getting each of the words correctly from the sentence.
Most of the student advisors are extremely helpful.
Most of the student advisors are extremely helpful. So we have submitted and now it's time for score. Even though I got all the words correctly, I know I will get very low score because of fluency. See? So I got 90 out of 90 in content, but because I was slow and I was stammering and I did a lot of hesitations, I got very low score for the pronunciation and fluency. Which means overall, I got only 28 out of 90, which is not worth it. That's why my advice is to focus more on fluency and pronunciation, which means try to speak the sentence fast and also clearly. Don't wait or don't take any pauses. One more important thing, once you have finished speaking, just don't wait for anything. Press the next button straight away. Because sometimes the AI detects these pauses and it minimizes your marks from the fluency, which we don't want. Now what happens if you hear the sentence and forget the last few words? Here comes tip number 3. So when this happens, first thing is don't panic. What we will do is first repeat the words we remember. Just repeat the words you remember from the sentence and then you add filler words. Filler words means you just add up some words from your own. It doesn't have to make sense. Just add something. Just say something, whatever you have. I'm giving you an example right now.
Most of the student advisors are extremely helpful.
So for example, in this example, I forgot everything. I can just remember most of the student. Now, what I will do is I will add some few words with most of the student. Let me show you. Most of the students are getting married next year. Let's submit. So what I did is I forgot the words and I just replaced it with something which doesn't have to make sense. I did it just to maintain my fluency. Let me show you the scoring. Although I missed a few words, let's see what happens. See? You still get 74. Even though I missed a few words from the sentence, I still managed to get 74, which is a very good score. This is why I'm telling again and again Don't panic if you miss a few words. Just maintain the fluency and be clear. Don't hesitate and don't take pauses. That's all for repeat sentence. And in the worst case scenario where you can't even remember a single word, you just make a sentence of your own and say it fluently. For example, if I can't remember anything, I would say something like, I'm very happy because I reached 2000 subscribers yesterday. So my advice is, instead of just sitting there and saying nothing, you just say something, like say a line, because it will at least give you marks for fluency and pronunciation, even if you don't get marks for the content. At least you're getting some marks. Now, before going to tip number 4, if you have any questions, you can ask me on my Instagram, which is Rafael Hisham. Also, you can ask me on my Facebook page as well. I got so many thousands of questions from the last video, and I tried helping each of the people who knocked me personally. Also, I forgot to give the essay template and all other templates in my last video, so those people who knocked me personally, I tried providing all of them the templates. And if you also need the templates, feel free to knock me. Now, before moving to the reading section, here is the summarized tips for the repeat sentence. I can also send you the original pictures through Instagram or from my Facebook page. Just let me know if you need it. Now, strategy number 4 is to not waste any time for the multiple choice questions. I have seen a lot of people wasting over 3 minutes, 5 minutes, even more for the multiple choice questions. But trust me, they're not worth it. It's just 2 to 3% of your total marks. See the marking criteria for reading here. The most important thing are fill in the blanks, read aloud, and highlight incorrect words. Focus more on these sections. So even if you can't score marks in the multiple choice questions, it won't make a such big difference. Strategy number 5 is for the fill in the blanks, which is extremely important. It contains 20 to 30% of the marks for the whole reading section. Now I will show you an elimination method which can be very helpful for finding the correct answer for fill in the blanks. So we can see a paragraph here and we have got 3 blanks. We have to get the correct answers from the boxes here. Before starting, let me tell you, it's very important to read the paragraph with full focus. Read it very carefully. Try understanding the paragraph. And after reading the lines, try finding the answers without seeing the boxes. For example, here, we can see internet cafes are particularly useful for travelers who don't want to dash laptops along on their trip. So what can be here? Who don't want to dash laptops? It might be like bringing laptops or carrying laptops, something like that. So you just have a guess here. And now let's see the options. We've got 6 options here: equivalent, purchase, charge, and blah blah blah. Let's put the first option. Who don't want to equivalent laptops along on their trip? It doesn't make sense. So what we will do is cross out, eliminate it. Now let's go to the second option, purchase. Travelers who don't want to purchase laptops along on their trip. It doesn't make sense as well. No one goes for purchasing laptops on their trip. So we will eliminate this option as well. Now the third option is charge. Travelers who don't want to charge laptops along on their trip. Again, it doesn't make sense. So eliminate it. Affordable. Travelers who don't want to affordable laptops along on their trip. Doesn't make sense again. So we are eliminating all the words. And then carry. Useful for travelers who don't want to carry laptops along on their trip. This makes totally sense. So we are keeping this for now, and let's go to the next option. Enable. Useful for travelers who don't want to enable laptops along on their trip. Again, doesn't make sense. So we just have this option which seems correct. So basically what we are doing is eliminating all the wrong answers and trying to put the word that best fits the line. All we are doing is using logic. We will use the same formula for the second line as well. In many countries where computers and internet access are not widely available or dash, or what, maybe accessible or whatever, like something about affordability or accessibility. So now we will try eliminating the words first. First word is equivalent. Computers and internet access are not widely available or equivalent. Doesn't make sense. Are not, then purchase. Internet access are not widely available or purchase. Doesn't make sense. Cross out. Charge. Internet access are not likely available for charge. A. It doesn't make any sense. Cross it out. Similarly, affordable. Internet access are not widely available or affordable. I can also already see this is the best fit. It makes sense. Then carry and enable. Both of them doesn't fit here if you see. Similarly, we will cross them out. So for the second line, affordable is the option to go. For the third line, I used the same strategy and I could see that charge is the best fit for this line. So if you read it, internet cafes usually charge customers based on the amount of time they use a computer. Totally makes sense. And finally, it's time to check our score. I hope we will get full marks here because we tried using logic, but you never know. Here you go, 3 out of 3. See, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is make use of your logic and try to put the best words and eliminate the other incorrect words. See, it was pretty easy, right? You can try using the same elimination method for the other fill in the blanks section as well. Strategy number 6 is to improve your vocabulary. It really helps you for the reading section. The more words you know, it's easier for you to solve the fill in the blanks. I would suggest you to get a notebook and try learning as many new words you can every single day. Maybe read newspapers and get words from there, or you can watch Netflix and get words from the subtitles. From anywhere, you can get a lot of words. If you have got plenty of time for your exam, do this thing. It will really help you. Seventh and the final tip is for writing section where you don't have to use any fancy words. I have seen a lot of people trying to use very fancy words or highly complex words in PT, which you don't actually need. In IELTS, using high vocabulary or fancy words can help you getting marks, but in PT, you don't actually need it because it's an artificial intelligence and it doesn't have the capability to understand those depths. So you can use very simple words and still manage to get 90, which I got it. So I hope my tips and strategies will help you get your desired score. Also during the exam, be very calm and patient. Also, you can check my last video where I showed 7 very simple strategies which you can use to get very high score, even 90. I have also made templates for sections like describe image, retell lecture, summarize spoken text, and also for the essay. So I made things very easier. If you need those help, watch this video. And make sure you subscribe to this channel for more fun and informative videos for international students. Best of luck for your PTE.